Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. It's open lines night and some live ITC towards the second half of the show. What I mean by open lines is after the World Wide Web of Weird, I'm going to open up my Skype line. That's oojblandoo. You got to add me to contacts and then call into the show. There is another Skype line during the live ITC. We'll see if it works. I'm not sure. You can look that up under just Jason Bland or J Bland Paranormal Soup. Don't call that line yet. That one's kind of iffy. We're going to try that out when we're doing the live ITC and see if we can do it. We'll also have you, when I later in the show do the live ITC, I will post the link to the Hangout so you can join. You got to have a good internet connection. Not to say that I have the best, but I have the best enough to be able to do the show. But you got to have a good internet connection or it just won't let you do it. So you'll sound laggy and I'll have to kick you out. Don't want that. All right, guys, we'll be with you in just 1 second with the World Wide Web of Weird. Welcome to another night of Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland. Tonight, we got all the people that have been on the Paranormal Soup before. I got Jamie and Jeff. Jeff's disappeared, but I'm sure he'll be back. He's been a big help, by the way, helping getting the show back up and going. We had a lot of trouble last week. Everybody's fingers crossed we don't have trouble now. We had a robot voice issue, and it was awful because I had an awesome guest, Nick Redfern, on. The second half of the show went good, but the first half we sounded like we're robots talking. It was awful. And Nick had a lot of really good information. Still a good episode to watch, but maybe fast forward to the second half of the show, sadly. So I canceled the guest I had tonight because I wasn't sure if we're going to get things up and running. I thought about going to Blab. I still think about it, but I love my YouTube audience. I don't want to lose them. So we're back on YouTube, on Hangouts, and we're going to pimp this baby out because we're going to have probably a ton of people in the Hangouts tonight. Let's hope it goes all right. Am I sounding all right? People on the panel, you guys hear me all right? Everything going good?
Sounds good.
All right, all right. I get nervous after what's happened. Technical difficulties drive me nuts. Just drive me nuts. You know, I'm an artist. I was a musician, played shows. You could ask my old bandmates. I would literally freak out and be like the prima donna of the band, throwing stuff when things didn't go right. I'll admit it. I'm bad like that. I want my show to go good. I'm that guy. I was that guy. I still am that guy.
Yeah,
I want things to go right. So, all right, guys. Tonight, like I said, open lines. I'm going to do the Skype line after the World Wide Web of Weird, so if that's the time to call in, if you got questions or you want to talk, do it on the Skype line. I'm not going to do the Hangouts yet because we're going to have a full panel. But when we get into the live ITC, I'm going to open up the Hangouts panel to anybody that wants to hop in. If you're a troll, I will kick your butt right on out. So just so you know, I'm not going to mess around. And then I'm going to try also the other Skype line. I don't know. I'm afraid to open it up and use it. It should, in theory, work. It's on this same computer I'm broadcasting from. It'd be audio only. Don't do video. And we'll see if the spirits can talk to you through there, too. I don't know. It might not work, though. So it might just be if you want to do the spirit communication, you got to come on the Hangouts. Remember, good internet connection. But first off, what I love to do every Sunday night is the World Wide Web of Weird. So let's get on to it. Alright, first up on the World Wide Web of Weird, of course you guys know how much I love the not ISIS, the terrorist group, no, I'm not a terrorist-loving fan, I always say ISIS, International Space Station stuff, UFO stuff. To me, they're the most credible of UFO stuff out there. Not to say people can fake it, but to me, it's the most interesting, most likely not to be faked. This one, of course, Coast to Coast AM, I have a lot of articles from them tonight. Tantalizing new piece of footage. Let me get it playing here. Let me mute their music. Tantalizing new piece of footage from the International Space Station's live feed sees an anomalous glowing object seemingly above seemingly about to enter the Earth's atmosphere before the broadcast abruptly stops. The object itself is not particularly noteworthy and appears as a simple glowing dot slowly descending towards the planet. What raised eyebrows among UFO enthusiasts was the incredible but all too familiar ending to the footage. After the almost agonizingly long wait for the object to reach the Earth's atmosphere, there it goes, the feed suddenly stops and technical difficulties message appears, just as it is about to unfold, of course. The coincidental timing, coupled with the increasing number of times such a turn of events has occurred in recent years, adds fuel to the conspiracy theory that the powers that be cut the ISIS feed to censor UFOs. Skeptics, of course, will note that the object in question is still just a glowing dot and could be anything from space debris to a meteor. Some may recall that NASA denied any International Space Station UFO censorship conspiracy back in April, but as we predicted, their statement has not put a stop to the continual barrage of videos allegedly showing the cover-up in action. Yeah, we've seen this so many times now, but I'm going to show it every time because screw the NASA. I really am. I am a believer that if they got something going on, they're gonna stop the feed and they're not going to show us. Here we go. That was the second time of the contrast, and here it comes up. Technical difficulties. Viewing experiences are experimenting. Oh wait, yeah, technical difficulties. My butt. All right. So next up, we got another possession theme. This one was in, this one, I'm going to say it this way for Randy Spalding out there, Thailand. Woman possessed goes by ghost on a Thai talk show. I'll get the audio up for this one in a second. A bizarre scene unfolded on a talk show in Thailand. See, I do it every time I say Thailand. Why do that, Thailand? When a guest who claimed that she has been possessed by a ghost suddenly conjured the spirit on air, Thipwana oh my god, I can't say that. Chaponopang, I definitely butchered that. A model in Thailand told the host of the program that a ghost attached itself to her during a vacation to Thai city in Royong last year. This particular type of ghost, known as a pop Thai culture, is said to be afflicted with an insatiable hunger. After she shared her story, Shapongwang, I'm definitely butchering that, appeared to become possessed by the spirit, which began speaking through her to the show's host. The continuous exchange featured the ghost refusing to exit the woman's body despite the man insisting that it must. He's then exacerbated the situation by producing a necklace with a Buddha on it and holding it in front of the possessed woman, who recoiled and unleashed a blood-curdling series of shrieks. I'm not going to play this whole show for you. I just put a couple excerpts of it. Finally, the sinister spirit seemed to depart after the necklace was put on the woman, and she apparently regained control of her body. A video of the talk show segment has gone viral in Thailand, amassing a near 2.5 million viewers in just last day. I tell you, everybody's obsessed with possessions, and any of these possession videos, they all get like 1 million views. Like, oh, somebody's possessed, I gotta see that. And then, like, you didn't get enough of The Exorcist and Pea Soup and Turning Heads. But here we go. Oh, look at the volume. Sorry.
ไม่อยากให้มาเลยอ่ะ
Not that you can understand.
คือเขาจะมานี่เริ่มมาใช่ไหมเขา นี่คืออะไรฮะ นี่คือเข้ามาแล้วใช่ไหมได้ไหมเฮ้ยยุ่งกับกูมากเฮ้ยก็นี่ไงเขาบอกเดี๋ยวเขาจะทำเลือดมาบูชาเอาออกไปคือตัวนี้ตัวเขาสั่นมากเลยนะทำไมออกไม่ได้บอกดิทำไมออกไม่ได้ทำไมออกไม่ได้ทำไมออกไม่ได้เพราะอะไรพูดมาจะได้ทำบุญไปให้จะเอาอะไรเอาบอกมาฮะพี่เป็นหนูแล้วฮะอ๋อนี่เป็นคุณแล้วนะเขายังอยู่ไหมเฮ้ยอะไร
I would love to know what they were saying. I really would love to know what they were saying. If anybody's speaking Thailand, I would love to know. All right, more on the possession front. This one comes from Colombia. And this is another school plagued by possession. again. This is of course, also has to do with, remember, we thought it had gone away, but the Charlie game has finally made it down to Colombia. Nearly 24 schoolgirls in Colombia suddenly became possessed by some form of evil mass hysteria after playing a Ouija-like game. The panic began when 4 girls reported to the nurse office after having fits, which included shouting, convulsing, and hallucinating. It seemed to hold throughout the school until an astounding 22 girls were exhibiting the bizarre symptoms. One afflicted girl even claimed to see a man in black that threatened to kill all the children. Other victims were actually foaming at the mouths from the unnerving outbreak. Again, another man in black. I would love to know if he has a hat, like we talked about with Nick Redford the other night.
Yeah.
Medical officials could find no specific cause of the puzzling incidents, which eventually came to an end when the girls returned to normal. It's believed that the bizarre incident was caused by Charlie, an alleged method of communicating with other side by balancing pencils on a piece of paper. Charlie is a game burst into the zeitgeist last summer and quickly spread popularity around the world, although it is often attributed to merely social media advertising campaign for the movie Gallows. Despite its obvious origins, the game clearly had an effect on the Colombian culture and showing remarkably potent power of belief. I still think they're trying to just get out of class. I'm just saying. All right, here we go.
Tras la conmoción vivida en el centro de salud de Novita, Claudia Patricia Asprilla, madre de una de las adolescentes, quienes al parecer estarían poseídas, dice sentirse impotente porque ya son 4 los ataques que su hija ha presentado después de ese día. Según el inspector de familia de Novita, la práctica de juegos inapropiados pueden causar estos hechos.
El año pasado tuvimos una situación similar.
Con ayuda psicosocial y espiritual, las autoridades...
All right, next up, of course, everybody's seen that. What are you going to say, Rob? You going to say something, Rob?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Somebody sounds like they're like banging on their mic or something. I don't know. I hear it in the background. All right, so everybody's seen this pic. It's totally gone viral very quickly on social media. And, oh my God, it's a spirit leaving the guy's body. This is another one post on Coast to Coast AM. An eerie image from a fatal motorcycle crash in Kentucky has gone viral after observers spotted what appears to be a spirit hovering over the scene. The gruesome accident occurred on Tuesday evening and saw an unfortunate motorcycle rider badly injured in the crash. A fellow driver on the highway, let me go ahead and play a little bit of the different shots of this. Fellow driver on the highway, Sal Vaquez, spotted the commotion and took a photograph of the medical personnel tending to the downed motorcycle driver who later died at the hospital. See, he later died at the hospital. That's one point I would like to say. Vaquez posted the image on social media and noted that the strange human-like anomaly floating above the people attending the dying man. While skeptical viewers say the strange sight is simply smoke from the crash, others believe that it could be the spirit of a motorcycle rider watching the final moments on Earth. That's possible. I really think it's blurring of the picture because he said he was driving, and this is part of the tree and some kind of blurring. It's just not good enough for me to call it a spirit or a ghost. I don't think it's a fake. I think it's a misidentification. I mean, maybe it is something. I don't know, but I'm not jumping up and down when I saw this picture at all. I got one more video coming up here. Oh, now I took my article away. Come on now. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get the article up for this. All right. Man live streams zombie-like behavior as 33 people overdosed on K2. Have any of you guys seen this yet? Or know what K2 is?
Yeah, I saw part of this one.
Yeah.
I never saw that. What's K2?
I knew that was going to be the question, Judy. The K2, before I get in this article, so people know, K2 is a synthetic marijuana, and it scares the crap out of me. And luckily, the one good thing about the state of Indiana is they really, at least in our county, did a huge crackdown. They had stores and places, at convenience stores, and they cracked down. It's gone. You can't get
I know what you're talking about now.
You can't get it here as far as I know, which is really good. I have some friends in the police department and told me it was coming. They're going to crack down, and they did. I'm like, thank God, because there's, people literally are like zombies. Not just this, not just K2. They talk about the synthetic marijuana. There's synthetic cocaine they were selling. It was called the bath salts. And I remember thinking, why would somebody? How did they find out they got high from bath salt? Well, it's because it's not really bath salt. It's synthetic cocaine sprayed onto bath salts for people stiff.
Was it bath salts the ones that guy was taking that was eating that one guy?
That's the rumor. But the problem with these things, K2 and bath salts, they're so weird molecularly, the chemicals, they don't show up on drug tests because they don't know what to test for. So they don't know what people are taking when they go to drug test them. That's why a lot of these people take this stuff because, oh, I can do it. I can go get a job and not get drug tested. Yeah, but you're going to put holes in your brain or something. All right, so a section of Brooklyn looked like a scene from Walking Dead when an epidemic of synthetic drug K2 was used in heavy amounts Tuesday. Police say 33 people were hospitalized in the mass overdose after using the cheap but powerful drug. I'm not going to read the whole article because they're going to talk about it here on Inside Edition. I hope they don't get mad at me for playing their video, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Apocalypse in Brooklyn.
They can't even stand straight.
This was the scene after cops say a bad batch of synthetic marijuana hit the streets.
Just out of it.
Look at the glazed expression on this woman as she gets
looks like
help
a zombie,
from a cop. And here, a guy is sprawled at the feet of a police officer. It was like a scene from the hit TV series The Walking Dead. Cops say more than 30 people were hospitalized after taking the cheap but powerful drug known as K2. It's also known by the street names White Tiger and Dank.
It was a horrific scene, something out of a zombie movie.
Brian Arthur was so stunned by the zombie scenes, he live-streamed video on his Facebook page.
Look at this. My man can't get up right now. You walk up the block, you see nothing but people laying around, shaking on the ground.
The New York Post calls it Zombieland. News, Street of Zombies. It's not just a New York phenomenon. There are similar scenes in other American cities. This was St. Petersburg, Florida.
It's just horrendous what's going on out here.
But the sheer number of victims in this new case is front page news.
This is crazy.
The stuff people do. I've talked about, the zombie sell. So the news totally is picking up on this and going with the whole zombie thing with it because it sells. People are going to definitely pick up a paper where they say zombies or whatever in the New York Times or whatever. They're going to pick it up. But it is true, these people are like zombies. They're scary. I knew somebody who called me that I used to know, lived in a house I used to live in, and told me that they were seeing ghosts and all this weird, crazy crap was happening. I'm like, really? Nothing was haunted when I went there. And I found out from somebody else they were doing that synthetic cocaine on the bath salts. So they were like completely hallucinating and having weird stuff happen. I've seen people, when they had the K2 here and the synthetic bath salts that were scary, and I was pretty sure they were doing something like that. It scares the crap out of me. What they're going to come up with, because the reason this isn't illegal is because they keep changing the formula. They'll make that certain mixture of K2, they'll say this is illegal. They go, well, we'll make a new kind. It's not the same thing, so it's not illegal. And then, boom, there's another new K2 out there. Well, with all me and Rob were talking about this when I was doing a test. With all the crap going on with them, like trying to screw the vaping industry, which hasn't proven to kill anybody yet or do anything. Right now, you have to do basically spend $1 million to test each part of a vapor cigarette as a maker and the fluid. All these tests cost they're trying to destroy that industry, but they can't do nothing about K2. They can't stop K2 or these drugs. They don't give a crap. I want to make that point. They don't give a crap about stopping it. They put in a little bit of effort to try to stop it, but otherwise they don't really care. But boy, if you start taking their tax money with stuff like the vaping, because it's people aren't smoking anymore. Well, they're going to put a stop to that for sure. All right, let me get to my next article in relation to this. I don't know how true this is. These things end up on the internet, but I thought it was interesting. I want to call baloney, but we'll see. Marijuana contains alien DNA from outside of our solar system, NASA confirms. Oh boy, the stoners are going to love this one. All right, it's big news, set to shock and amaze and entertain. This comes from the IFL Science. Yeah, Science, okay. But unfortunately, it got nothing to do with extraterrestrial stoners melding with Earth planets. However, since you're now reading, you'll almost certainly be interested in this research that looked into the clicking and sharing behaviors of social media users. See, I got 2 of these articles like this, okay? There's a reason. Oh, it's switching. The other one's I don't want to give it away when I get to the article. But this is the same deal. So you see this alien DNA, you're going to have doubts. Here at IFSL, notice long ago, many of our followers will happily like and share offer opinions on articles without ever reading it. We're not the only ones to notice. Last April, NPR shared an article on their Facebook page which asked, why doesn't America read anymore? All right, so there's that one, and then there's this one. Oh, no, not that one. Here we go. I love these articles. Okay, here's the other one. Scientists say giant asteroid will hit the Earth next week, causing mass destruction. Again, but unfortunately, it's got nothing. This is nothing to do with an asteroid. People don't read. These are 2 articles that have been posted. I had to put them up here. The alien DNA from the marijuana thing. I saw so many people sharing this, and then this one. If you go to them and read both of these articles, they're like, these are articles about people clicking and sharing stuff without reading the articles. But I love it. I think that's so genius that they did that. That is so freaking hilarious that they've made, and then people are still sharing them. They're still sharing them. I see them all over the place. It's hilarious. All right, skipping stories here. All right, now this one's sad. We're not going to joke about this one. American ghost hunter found dead, or not American, Indian ghost hunter from India. Ghost hunter found dead with mysterious dark lines around his throat. Let me make sure this doesn't change pictures. A paranormal investigator who became renowned for exploring ghostly phenomenon has been found dead in mysterious circumstances. Gusav Tiwari's death is being investigated by police after he was discovered unconscious in his family's bathroom last Thursday. The 32-year-old, who had investigated more than 6,000 haunted locations, was discovered at his home in Delhi, India, after his parents and wife reported hearing loud thuds from inside his room. He was rushed to the hospital, but doctors were unable to save him. Authorities say that it is believed he died from asphyxiation, but a preliminary post-mortem has reportedly stated that a mysterious dark line was found around his throat. If he died of asphyxiation, wouldn't that be strangulation? Am I wrong on that? I mean, if he's asphyxiated, doesn't that mean, Judy, you're the medical kind of person?
Well, you could be asphyxiated by a pillow over your head, a plastic bag, or strangulation, but
well, that's what I mean.
Strangulation is a big one, yeah.
Well, yeah, he was asphyxiated. He had a dark line around his throat, so they just didn't find what he hung himself with. It is weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he couldn't have hit it after he died, so that's what's weird.
But I don't know what
He's a ghost hunter, so.
I don't know what they're or like either. How much was that crime scene disturbed before the police got there? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like I'm not trying to talk about a dead guy. I'm being serious here. I'm not joking, and I'm not trying to make light of the situation. But maybe it was something like the NXS guy, can't think of his name, it's died from it doing,
yeah.
And the family hit it. I just wanted to point that out. It might not be paranormal.
Well, I was thinking that too. Maybe the family didn't want him to know, anyone to know that he killed himself and hid.
Or that he really wasn't even trying to kill himself, that he had this fetish. I'm seriously not.
What's it called, erotic asphyxiation or something?
I'm not trying to joke about this guy's stuff, just so people understand.
No.
A point about it.
That's what the Kung Fu guy died from, David Carradine.
David Carradine died from that too, and yeah. I don't understand that one, but we'll move on. Speaking to the Times of India, Mr. Gaurav's father, Uday, said that the family didn't believe in ghosts, but explained how they had been left confused by the mysterious circumstances. He said Gaurav told his wife, I'm probably butchering his name, I apologize, told his wife a month ago that a negative force was pulling him towards it. He said he was trying to control it, but it seemed unable to do so. My daughter-in-law ignored it, thinking he was just depressed due to work overload, and did not tell us about it. They added that he had been happy and giving no indication he was planning to end his life. Mr. Tiwari was the founder of the Indian Paranormal Society, and has been investigating paranormal occurrences since 2009, when he experienced strange phenomena as he trained as a commercial pilot. I didn't see any shows he was on, but I thought it was really sad. This went all over social media when he died. Like, ghost hunter died, like, under mysterious circumstances. That totally goes viral because people are like, everybody thinks a ghost somehow, people that don't really know about investigating think it's dangerous, and there's a danger. There is a psychological danger I always talk about. But not usually physical. I really don't believe this could be paranormal related how he died. It could be, I've experienced physical things from the paranormal that could be dangerous, but before everybody starts calling paranormal on this, there could definitely be a lot of other logical explanations. And that's why I was saying I'm not making light or fun of his death at all, just so people know. I've seen this go viral so much. And then last off, everybody's talking about Pokemon Go, and I'm too old for this crap. I don't get it. I'll admit it. But boy, you know it's gonna hit somewhere. People are gonna go places they're not supposed to go. A quest to catch them all appears to have spilled into the paranormal realm as one industrious Pokemon Go player ventured into Area 51 in search of the virtual creatures. The adventure was inspired by social media musings that the notorious secret military facility was not only home to clandestine alien entities and crap, but now also Pokemon characters as well. Oh, God. Taking up the call, gaming website for Frag Hero, I should know that, explored the area in search of answers and Pokemon. As one might expect, there was indeed various characters found at key locations made famous by the vicinity to infamous Area 51. Boy, you bet some men in black suits and black ties showed up to the headquarters of Pokemon after this. There was also a handful of unclaimed gems and 3 Pokestops located at the legendary Area 51. Near the base itself, the game seemed to detect Pokemon nearby, but Frag Hero was prevented from exploring further due to the fact that they were at the border of Area 51. That said, they did not pick up several Pikachus along the way home. They did pick up, sorry. According to the website, their expedition indicates that the popular paranormal tourist area is rife with opportunities for Pokemon players, provided they explore safely. Yeah, there's men with sniper scopes. There's no safe place to be looking for Pokemon, to be out there, and these men pull up in white trucks and arrest you, and they're thinking you're there to look for aliens, and they're like, oh, I was looking for a Pikachu. No, don't go to Area 51 looking for Pokemon. Oh my God. More on the Pokemon front. Let me get to my see if I can get to my playlist here, if that'll work. It just fascinated me. Augmented reality is just it's crazy what we're getting into this world with augmented reality. It's something like out of the Matrix, but it's Pokemon. It's not cool like the Matrix. It's Pokemon. I mean, it's seriously. I had a wife's friend of mine one night would not leave me alone. Spent 2 hours talking my ear off about Pokemon. I'm like, seriously, dude, you're a grown man. This comes from a guy who collects Star Wars toys. I don't anymore, but
it's fun, Jason.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. I gotta get my.
I found a ton of them camping this weekend. They were all over my camper.
Oh, so you're playing it, Judy? You're kidding me.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You're kidding me.
Justin got me into it.
Oh my
Justin
God.
got me into it.
Oh.
I'm not as serious as he is about it. I just do it around the house. He had a cop pull him over and walking around PNC looking for one. Cop asked him if he was looking for Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen a lot of it over at PNC.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the video play. I'm trying to do this off of Edge because somebody told me that Edge wouldn't take up so much PC usage if I played videos, but man, it don't want to seem to work.
Oh, Jason, just one more thing on the Pokemon thing, because we got to try this just for the hell of it. It's supposedly if you go in a cemetery, you'll get ghost Pokemon.
You're kidding me.
No, so I'm going to try it when we go to the cemetery just to see if it's true.
Well, here's your I got a couple videos on Pokemon players and their craziness. If it unmute and play, maybe.
On the road.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God.
What the fuck are you doing?
You're on the road.
I'm fucking playing Pokemon Go.
What?
I missed out on a fucking Onyx because of you.
Mate,
what the fuck?
Mate, you're in the middle of
You should have waited 10 more fucking seconds. I'm playing fucking Pokemon Go. I was on level 9.
Mate,
I was almost in double figures. I was almost level 10.
You're blocking the road,
you
mate.
Fucking cheated me out of it.
Cheated you out of
Fuck! I was in the national park for fucking 5 hours, mate.
5? What are you
doing? Do you know how fucking this is time-consuming
How old
shit?
are you? How old are you? Grow up, mate.
My fucking age is none of your fucking business, mate.
It is when you're standing in the middle of the road. It is when you're standing in the middle of the road, mate. What the fuck is...
Yeah.
What is wrong with this guy? What the fuck?
Yeah, that Pokemon people.
Check this guy.
One more
in the
for
middle
you.
of the road.
This guy would have got a Pokemon beat down. I'm sorry.
Right. And then this next one reminds me of the novel Cell by Stephen King. If anybody wants to read about, I think Stephen King feels about how I do about cell phones, even though I'm totally addicted to them now. But I think they're taking our brains over. This is what's happening. I was just there. This is the zombie apocalypse. This is it right here, people. Yeah, we got the K2 and the synthetic drugs that scared the crap out of me, but this is the zombie apocalypse. I'm just saying, be scared, be afraid. And that's it, the World Wide Web of Weird. All right, yeah, it was a long World Wide Web of Weird because I didn't have a guest, but I do want to get it. I wanted to end it, so I am opening up the Skype line for people. The Skype line to call. Let me make sure it's open, and let me make sure everything's set. Okay, the Skype line to call is right now is the 00. I'm gonna post up here. I don't know if sometimes it doesn't come through on my lower third, but it's oojblandoo. I saw a couple people sent me a contact request before the show started. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it lets people call without sending contact requests. I don't know how that works or what, but it's weird. But you can call in the show. I haven't been able to look at chat. I'm going to try to look at chat now. Sorry. Where did my chat go? Like my chat's not showing up. Oh, I got it. That's why, because I'm looking at the wrong thing. Too much going on. All right, so World Wide Web of Weird. Oh, Christy made it. How you doing, Christy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You're the one with the bumpy mic sound. You sound good, but you're tapping something on your mic or doing something.
I actually had myself muted until I just turned it on.
It was when you first got on, I think, before you muted. I heard it and then it went away, so that was probably you. It's all right. Oh, we got a call. Hold on a second.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Hold on.
I didn't get to talk to you beforehand.
Oh, come on. Call her back.
Yeah, I already see a movie in the works for some kind of crazy Pokemon Go thing.
Totally forgot which button to press. We got Laura Lee on the phone. How you doing, Laura Lee?
Hi, hang on. I can't hear you very well. Give me a sec here. I'm not sure why.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I might have to put my headphones on. Hang on 1 second, Jason. I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
Okay. Hang on here. Oh, because nothing works when you want it to.
I know that feeling.
Is that better?
I hear you fine.
I
hear me?
Oh. Hi, thanks for calling me back. First of all, I just want to thank you in person. You know, Jason, I only got to talk to you the first night. I was so lucky to discover your show when you had Keith on there and Carissa and Nikki. And you know what? The people on here are so wonderful. And I basically reschedule my evening just so I can never miss the show. Well, no, you're so dedicated, and you know what? All the people I have met in your chat are absolutely some of the kindest, nicest, helpful people I've ever been privileged to meet before. So thank you to everybody.
I have to admit, I have a wonderful chat room. I love everybody that comes in there. They're such great people, and I love that you've met people doing it. I've seen that happen with other people. I think that's so awesome.
Well, you know what, Jason? I know I've said a little bit. I do have a question, actually, and I'll get to it with just a little bit of history here. You know, we're not really sure what's happening to us in our home. The sad part is we're at basically the top of Lake Superior in northwestern Ontario. It's a place called Thunder Bay. And believe it or not, we're the biggest city in all of northern Ontario. But to make a long story short, we have not been able to find anybody to help us.
Wow.
I have been doing this daily for 5 or 6 years. I mean, there's physical attacks, there's financial. I mean, I could go on, and I won't, but I could go on. And that's why I'm so unbelievably grateful that I just happened to find your show on the internet, was not looking, and met Nikki and Carissa, because they are two of the only people, and I have talked to hundreds from around the world, I kid you not, that are willing to help us. Anyways,
They really will travel, and on their own dime, They go to these places, they'll stay at your house to really capture the activity because they know one night's not going to do it. I know as an investigator, one of the things that gets me is I can only give my life one night or 2 nights to do an investigation at times. I have to go back later on and do it. I can't stay and do the stuff they do. They're amazing that they're able to do that. So they're wonderful people. I'm so glad you got to call in that night and meet them.
Well, so am I. And you know what? Nikki and I actually have a lot in common. She says she has a child under the autism spectrum. I do. We just had a lot in common. And then with Carissa, nobody talks about this, and that's what I think is so scary and stressful, especially for us up here, is it's not something you talk to somebody about at the grocery store. And again, there's limited resources, and this is not to be awful or mean to anybody, but there are so many fakes out there.
Yeah.
But we have, everybody in my home does have gifts. And again, we're not sure why this is happening. But I remember, I think it was last Sunday when I was writing in and you were asking who was haunting. And I told you that Carissa actually had met him already. Yeah. And you know what? I truly do believe in her abilities. Not that my husband, Del, tends to be a lot more skeptical, whereas I'm a little bit, I'll believe anybody until you prove me otherwise. So we balance each other out. Yep. But you know what? The thing she told me about, it's a very, 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 very evil entity. There's at least 4 in our home. Everything she told me was things I'd already known and I hadn't told her. I do not remember my dreams, but about 10 years ago, I am a nurse, but I'm off with a back injury. And I started up a jewelry business with crystals and, breast cancer line, pet accessories, going so beautifully. No matter where I went, people wanted to help. I was so grateful. Well, one night I had a dream, and I'm telling you, it was like yesterday. This entity appeared to me. I was able to see what he looked like. Ooh. He offered me everything under the book, riches, fame, fortune, you name it. I said absolutely effing no. He told me his animal form and his name. Every day, his animal, I can say it's a crow, I guess. We have security cameras. It shows up on our front steps on the walkway right to the steps. Does the same thing at the same time every day and stops and stares at the camera for about 30 seconds. Again, Carissa knew about that. I do know this entity's name. I have never, ever repeated it.
Yeah, don't.
And I refuse to. No, but she knew what letter it started with.
It's like Voldemort. You don't say it.
Absolutely. I'm sorry to be so lengthy, but what my questions are.
I'm very interested, so it's all right.
Okay, thank you. Because, my questions are, and again, I hope nobody thinks I'm crazy. This is the worst part when people don't know you.
You're right.
But what's been happening is, first thing that happened was sometimes you feel a little bit down, right? Mm-hmm. We say we're not religious, we are baptized, whatever, but we consider ourselves just more spiritual. Right. But there's always been a poem out there, I don't know if you ever heard of it, it's called Footsteps, basically talking about when there's only one set of footsteps in the sand and you thought you were all alone. That's when the higher power you believe in was carrying you during that rough time. Needless to say, I was thinking about this about a week ago. I don't know where this came from. I was doing a bit of cleaning. I found a coin with that poem on it. I don't remember buying it. I sat it by my laptop, and my freezer from my laptop was about 10 feet away. I was bent over. All of a sudden, something went whizzing at such force through my hair and landed outside. It was the coin.
I knew you were going to say that.
It just freaked the hell out of me. But the other thing is, I'm able to hear it talking, like, again, same almost area, actually. I was bent over looking for something. Could hear 4 unintelligible low male voices. I don't know what they were saying. And the one thing I really liked about Chris and Nikki was anybody we have talked to, sage the house, do this, do that, do this. They said, no, that's just going to be like basically sticking a hot poker in an angry bear and thumbing your nose at them.
Well, it's not bad advice for normal hauntings, but everything you just already told me in this amount of time, as an investigator too, I'd say let's not go there yet because you don't know what you're dealing with. And if you try to do it on your own, you can make it a billion times worse than it is. So yeah, they're giving you good advice.
Well, I guess my long story short is we talked about it. I said I refused to interact with them, and they said absolutely. But I said, do you want me just to run, record, and see what happens? They said, great. And I said, what should I use? And I think I've written about this a few times in the forums, and really appreciate any feedback from anybody. I just used a native app for voice recording. I have over 100 minutes on one file. There is a hell of a lot of stuff in there, Jason. It will, oh my God.
Well, I'd love to hear it. You know, I'm a big
but the
EVP audio guy.
I guess, okay, well, I guess what the problem is, there's no way for me to timestamp it or be able to download it, because I want to send it to them, but with 100 minutes, there's no way I can send it. I was able to send them. My son with autism used to have horrible meltdowns, whatever. He had one a couple days ago, and he was able to tell us what happened. And you know what, Jason, you being a dad, I'm sure it would break your heart.
Yeah.
He calls it evil Justin and good Justin, and he was explaining what evil Justin, he's almost tried to break his arm to stop that one side of his body from hitting anybody or hurting. Yeah, and I did videotape him. So I did send that to Chris and Nikki, and they're traveling, so I hope they get a chance to listen. But and he's quite limited. He's 18. Yeah. Not a lot of communication, but he actually said in the video, Mommy, I was crying and screaming inside to make evil Justin stop. Don't do this. Yeah. So, like, a long story short, again, do you have any advice about what I could use to?
Well, one that recorder that you used, what'd you do? Record it on your phone, on your app?
Actually, my iPad.
Your iPad? Okay. Does your iPad have a headphone out?
Yes. Well, what I was hoping, if it was jailbroken, I could have got it no problem, but I didn't jailbreak it. So.
Well, I say if you have the headphone out and you have a computer, do you have a computer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a free program called Audacity.
Oh, I just downloaded it actually today.
Oh, okay. And if you have any technical problems with that, you just shoot me a message on Facebook. Okay.
Okay, I'd appreciate that.
What you're going to do is you're basically going to record segments of it. Don't try to record the whole thing on there, because I don't know what your computer's like or how long it take. What you'll do is just try to record segments of it, the parts you want to, and just hit the record button on Audacity and just split it up into files. And then that way you'll have a way to give it to Carissa and Nikki. And be able to share it. And I would love to have, when they're done with their investigation, and I know Chrissy and Nikki have been on the show, so I'm sure they'd be fine with it. I'd love to have you three on the show if you're up for that.
Absolutely, because I do have a lot of photos I've been taking. The one I was standing in front of the bathroom combing my hair. I did not scratch myself. All of a sudden I felt a burning. We have a full-length huge mirror. I looked down and I have four, looks like finger hands, sort of. Yeah. When Carissa looked at it, she said it almost looked like I had been burned. Yeah, and then we're waking up with like scratches all over, bruises. I know Dell, that's my husband. He was in our fridge in the kitchen, and all of a sudden it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Again, bent over. I think he was looking for some lunch meat or something. He was thrown about 8 feet back into our counter. God. How this all started, Jason, really quickly, I do have pictures of this as well on my Facebook page. We knew something was getting a little bit crazy, like things were missing, whatever. All of a sudden, once we signed the mortgage, I'd gone through a divorce, over to us, within 2 days, both toilets went, and it just went down from there. But the really scary part, which really hit us, was we had a curio cabinet hanging in the dining room on a wall. It's been there for 12 years. No problem. Our bedroom's down in the basement. Our boys are up in the upstairs. All of a sudden, 11:30 at night, we hear this horrific crash. My oldest, Logan, Dell, and I run up saying, "What the hell?" So we're looking around. We go into the living room or dining room. It's like open area. I kid you not, Jason. All the phone cords, the caller ID, the answering machine looked like they've been cut with an X-Acto cord, knife. But where the curio was hanging, from what we can figure out, is all the hooks on the curio are completely intact. The hooks on the wall are completely intact. There's no way you could use your finger to bend it. But the left one, you could see it came off with such force, it was bent out almost at a 30-degree angle.
Oh my God.
It looks like it flew about 4 feet to cut all the cords. And where we found it, was about 6 feet into the living room from where it was. That's
wow.
when we knew this was getting bad. So anyways, I do have video and footage. I have no problem sharing it. And I don't mean to take so much of your time.
You called in with, I wanted to hear more since the first time you called in, you know, because you were at the end of the show last time you called in. But I've always wanted to hear more, but maybe we should save it too.
Absolutely.
I would love to have you on the show with Nikki and Chris. I've already talked to Chris about getting her back on the show. And I'd love to have Nikki again too. They're so wonderful. And then we got a lot. It sounds like we got a lot of evidence we could show in that, and I can help you figure out how to get it to me and and get it to them. Really, I want you to make sure you get it to them first.
No, we would welcome it. So I won't keep you much longer, but have you got any advice for any other apps for future recording that would make things easier? That was my initial question.
Yeah. No. It's such an interesting story, and I got to say too, the offer and everything that you said this entity said to you. I don't know if you heard last Sunday's show, even though I had robotic voice going on the first half.
Yes, I did.
Remember Nick Redfern? He said he had a dream. He said he had a dream that just recently of that shadow being like over him, and he was paralyzed, giving him saying almost like a little bit of the same thing, like I will, I'll offer you whatever you want, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Curious, how many people are having this lately? Like how many people are having this kind of experience with a shadow person?
I have never felt so alone in my whole life. I do know when I run into people, there are people here that have gifts. They've told me that one of them said when she talked to me, I was going to visit her store. And I talked to her about 6 weeks later, and she said, "Did you notice I never looked at you? I'd never met her before." And I said, "Yeah, I kind of did." And she said, when this is her story, not mine, that her aura was so red. It took her about 12 hours to remove whatever had tried to attach itself that's following me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I was trying to type something in the chat about a foghorn thing, but for some reason when I'm typing, it's wanting to mute me for some reason. So I don't know why. That's never happened before.
Okay, like I said, if anybody has any suggestions, anyways, for better recording
I'm
devices. Okay, anytime, any suggestions. Again, I don't want to take up more time. I've talked
Just contact me on Facebook, and I will try to help you with Audacity. There's always a couple things people seem to run into that have problems with. I'll try to walk you through it when I, just send me a message. If I don't get back to you right away, I will try as soon as I can, okay?
Okay, and thank you again to everybody. You have no idea how much I appreciate your show, Jason, and all the wonderful people here who are very supportive and helpful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Laura Lee, and I wish you the best of luck with your investigation. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, thanks. I'm still going to stay here. I'll just let you go finally. Okay, thanks. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow. See, I didn't want to hang up. She's talking about going on. I didn't want to hang up. I want to hear more. For some reason, I was trying to type in the chat. Sorry, guys. It was like muting me like twice. I saw my mute thing come up. So sorry. I don't know. So I might be typing in chat right now so much if it's going to do that. I don't know why it was doing that. It was weird.
I heard that too. I thought it was my audio going out.
No, it was me. It was, I just started typing in chat and it would suddenly go and mute my audio. I'm like, I don't know why it's doing that. I didn't select mute. I don't know. Let's get this unselected here so we can see everybody. All right, but it's a really interesting call. Anybody else? We still got some time before we get into Spirit Box sessions. Now, when I do the ITC stuff, this Skype line will be down because I run my Cheap Man's Portal through it. Now, that'll change most likely if I'm getting. I see a freeze. Am I there?
You're there.
Okay, it just froze. Scared. When you see a freeze, you go no. But just what I was saying is, when I run the ITC stuff, it goes through my phone, and that Skype line is down. There will be a Skype line. I don't know, especially when I've seen some freezing and some issues. I don't know how it will work. That is, if you look me up under just Jason Bland or J Bland Paranormal Soup. That's another Skype line. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know. We'll see. You might be able to call in during that ITC when we're doing the ITC and see if you can get in there. Otherwise, I'm going to post a link to the Hangouts on the chat here in just a little bit. We got like 10 minutes. Anybody else wants to call in? I know Rhodey had some questions about the ITC. Rhodey, it'd be a good time to call in before we get into the ITC if you got some questions on it. Rhodey always has amazing questions. But man, I didn't want to hang up on that phone call. I didn't want to cut her off because she's got something majorly going on. When she first called in, I wanted to hear more. and she only had like a minute to talk when she first called in, and you know, that was when we had Carissa Fleck and Nikki Novell and Keith Linder on about his haunting, and she was calling in relating about it, and well, it's amazing, some stuff that happens at people's houses. If I could do what Carissa does and Nikki does, I would be flying up there too, if I could. You know, if I wasn't a married man and you know had bills and stuff to pay, I would be up there in a heartbeat. I would already be there, staying a week and capturing evidence, because you know these things are rare. They're rare, that they don't happen very often. I totally believe her. I know these things exist and can do this to people. I don't think she's nuts at all. And I know there's people out there who watch this and like, oh, she's full of it or she's crazy. I'm telling you, this stuff is real. This happens to people. You know, there wouldn't be as many investigators out there if it wasn't happening. You know, I've heard stories from other investigators. I know they're legitimate people who have seen stuff like this. They can move you. They can, like she said, it through her husband. That can happen. It can get physical. It can get dangerous. You know, like I said, I don't want to joke about that guy who might have asphyxiated himself. It could be paranormal related too. I will admit that is a possibility. There are physical beings that can affect you. I mean, the entity case, for God's sakes, if that was true. Oh, we got to call Rhodey. You there, Rhodey? You hear me, Rhodey? Hello, Rhodey. You hear me? Rhodey, can you hear me? I hear you, Rhodey.
Yeah.
Okay. You were quiet there, so what's up, Rhodey?
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Oh, okay, because I'm not sure. Listen, I do have a couple of questions. Rob has helped me quite a bit understand these devices or these apps, and but my question is, you have to set like echo and reverb. I just bought the Spiritus, plus I have about it's Spiritus and about 3 others, and I literally can't understand what they're saying, and I'm wondering is there some place, a tutorial somewhere I can go to figure out what all those are, why you set them, why you change them?
Let me give you some basics on this, okay? I'm not one. I love the Spiritus app. I think it's one of the best apps I've gotten, but I never use the Echo on it. I know Keith likes to. I'll see him do it. I'm not a big fan of the Echo. It depends, one, on your ear. Some people like the Echo because their ear picks up the stuff by having it echoed. Me, no. I'm probably like you. I don't. 2, if any of these apps, any of them, a lot of the times it's just like EVP, you're not going to hear it when it's happening. It's so quick, these things, your brain doesn't catch it. You got to go back and review it. That's the number one thing right there. If you're expecting two-way communication, that does happen sometimes. The messages will come through clear enough, you catch it, and bam, you got it. But other times, most of the time, it's so much going on, your brain can't catch up. So you have to go back and listen. Especially, that's why I've always been a big fan of the portal. Now, you're familiar with what the portal is, Rhodey, right?
No, I have no idea. That's a question. I don't know what a portal is.
So you've heard me talk about my Poor Man's Portal, which is based on Steve Huff's portal, which I'm going to be getting from Michael Todd Phillips. He's sending me his because he's taking a break from the paranormal, which I said he can have it back when he's done. What the portal is, it has 2 different, it's basically a little guitar amp with 2 guitar effects pedals. Let's make it as simple as I can. And what it does is it adds reverb, which a lot of people gripe about is like, why reverb? We'll get into that in a second. And number 2, what it does, which I really love, is noise reduction. So what that noise reduction does on a portal, it takes out, depending on how far you set the noise reduction, it could be taking out 60 to 70% of the audio that you're getting through from the Spirit Box or an app. So you're not hearing all the audio. You're only hearing some of it that's making it through that louder decibel into that, through that what they call a noise gate, that noise reduction. So in a way, the theory is that spirits can use that noise gate to only pop through messages that are relevant to what you want to hear. So you're not getting constant chatter. Like you turn on the Spiritus app, it's going to be ba 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 ba. It's going to be constant chatter. You turn on an SB7 and you get a lot of radio signals, you're going to get constant chatter plus a bunch of static noise. That noise reduction takes out the static noise from a Spirit Box, or takes out the constant chatter from an app, and only lets certain things through. That's what the portal basically is. Now the reverb, some think that the reverb helps them manipulate that audio before it gets through to the speaker, is one of the theories. They think that reverb helps them kind of echo it or manipulate, that they need sound to manipulate. think I got something here. Hold on. It's popping up. Windows English. No, I don't want iCloud. Wow. Sorry, I'm getting some on my computer. Yeah, we're going to just close that out. Sorry. Apple. Screw you, Apple. Stop messing with me. Let me get back to my screen. Sorry. I got a whole new setup here, so I'm a bit confused. All right, sorry. But you understand what the portal is? What that would be used for?
Yeah, I kind of do, and I'm having an awful time hearing you. I closed you out on the computer, and I have it on the tablet. I didn't want to have any feedback, so I'm barely hearing you, Jason. I'm going to have to go back and watch it on archive. But what I could hear, yes, you gave me step-by-step explanation, and I've been trying to get that because I'm really trying to wrap my mind around it.
The biggest thing, Rhodey, if you can hear me, the biggest thing you can do, of course, I noticed my audio is lower for some reason. Are you guys hearing me all right on the show?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah, I hear you good.
Okay. The biggest thing, Rhodey, if you can hear me, is review. A lot of times you're not going to hear it live. You're going to hear it playing it back.
Can I tell Rhodey something, if you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Judy.
Remember, I think I sent you those two weird ones I got when I was using, I can't remember the name of the app now.
Yes, and I could hear and understand those perfectly.
The one that said hi, Judy, and the one that said let me in, I didn't hear those when I was doing it. I didn't hear that until I went back and listened to it on Audacity. I mean, to me it wasn't making any, I mean, it was just going blah, 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 blah. And then you heard how clear it was when it came out on playback.
Yes, yes.
That's why I'm saying you got to listen back to it. You're not going to catch it. A lot of it you're not going to catch. And a lot of stuff that I've gotten on those apps, and I have a hard time with them too, Rhodey. I don't know what they do. I've got all of them. But I pick up a lot of EVPs with them. I believe that one that said let me in, I believe that was an EVP.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I do too. I was an EVP, yes.
That's
not
possible.
A voice.
But I got it with that one. God, which one was it, Jason? One of the Windows ones, the app.
Realm,
yeah. And then that, hi, Judy, at the beginning, that was an EVP. That came out over the Realm. But it was just a few seconds before the let me in. And then a few seconds after let me in was the one I ran in reverse that said, why won't you let me, which I think was an EVP. But see, all that stuff, I found that on playback. I didn't hear it when it was going on.
That's the possibility. See, I think there's a similarity between Spirit Box and EVP recordings. For people that don't know, okay, EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, generally you put a recorder down, there's no Spirit Box or anything. And you get a voice that comes through and you hear it on playback on the recorder. All right, and then Spirit Boxes are playing banked audio or streaming audio from the internet or streaming audio from a radio signal, and you're getting communication that's direct responses to questions. That's how you kind of know. But the theory, I think, goes for both. That the spirits need sound to manipulate. And so for the EVP, you're doing your spirit box, and it takes even the noise coming out of the spirit box. You don't hear it while you're doing the spirit box, but it manipulates it, and boom, it puts it on the recorder, and that's an EVP.
White noise, basically.
White noise. A lot of people, when they first started experimenting with EVP, were using white noise to experiment. I didn't. I haven't done that in a long time. I did it at the very beginning when I first started in EVP because my teacher was, said you got to do both, try to experiment. And I got away from it. And I kind of want to get back because I'm really getting into the stochastic resonance theory is what I'm really kind of thinking.
You know what I found out lately since we started using all these apps, since I started using the SB7, I'm not getting a whole lot of EVPs, and I used to get great EVPs. The EVPs I'm getting now, I'm getting over the SB7 or these apps. When I'm just in a quiet room, I'm having a hard time getting EVPs. I need like that white noise to get anything.
One thing to experiment with, Rhodey, can you hear me?
Yes.
One thing to experiment with, you can get apps on your phone or your tablet that are white noise generators, free. You can get them for free, like pink noise, white noise, brown noise. They're all different like fuzz noises. That's what a lot of investigators back in the day experimented with stochastic resonance and EVPs. So you can use that when you're do 10-minute session with with a white noise generator. No spirit box, just a white noise generator, and see if that helps you get EVPs too. I need to get back to trying to do that, to test that theory more.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will try that.
I think a couple of things too is, anytime you get a new app or a new radio or whatever it is. You know, you may turn it on, you may not get anything. A lot of times it takes a little while, and it also takes your kind of like you have to train your ear almost. You know, every one of them is kind of different. And you know, pertaining to Rhodey's question, as far as the effects go, the way I look at it, it's kind of what you like. If you don't like echo, you don't like reverb, you don't have to use any of them. You know, you use what you can hear the best with. They're just kind of there, you know, for enhancement or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's not like you have to use any of them.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, the main thing I got out of what I could hear is record them. We'll always do anyway, but that's when I really will probably hear something, and I don't have to use any of those adjustment things.
Yeah, recording, that's the number one trick for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. All right. I can't hear because I have so much to say, but I want to be able to listen. So I'm gonna have to hang up. Maybe I can figure out and call back later because I got more to say, Jason.
Well, we're gonna be.
But I really have my ear at the speaker to hear you. I can't see the screen and I can't see chat, and I barely hearing you, honey.
Okay. Well, we're going to be starting the live ITC session here soon.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, good. Good. I'm excited about that.
So we're gonna
That's why I'm here.
Well, thank you. I love calling in, Rhodey. You have the best questions.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, honey. Okay. Bye.
Have a good night.
You too, honey.
See you in chat.
See you in chat. Okay. Bye.
Literally, Rhodey always, like, when I have guests on, like, she does research, more research than I do on my own guest, I swear. And she'll have, like, a page full of questions, because when a guest is canceled or changed, she's like, here's my page full of questions I had. She's awesome. I love it when she calls in. She always has such good questions. Well, I did say that the second half of the show, it is 11:01, we would start the live ITC. So I can start it on my end, or I don't know, Rob, are you set up at all tonight to do anything?
Yeah.
Do you want to start it off?
Sure.
All right. We'll start off on Rob's end. We'll see. Well, now while Rob's doing it, I can do a Skype call. I can take a Skype call. If you want to call in to see if a spirit communicates you off of Rob's device, I can do that. This is when I run my spirit box apps. I can't take a Skype call. Not on there. On the other line, I might be able to. We'll see. So if you want to call in while Rob's setting up to see if a spirit can talk to you, especially if there's a loved one you think might come through if you get on. I think, people are like, well, how does it hear me? How does it know? Rob's got headphones on. I swear they hear you. I swear they know. I've seen evidence of this on past ITC Collective shows. This isn't even an ITC Collective show. This is Open Lines, but I decided, hey, what the hell? We're going to do some ITC. I've seen it. They even seem to know what's in the chat room. It's really weird. I see it on Pumpkinhead Paranormal, Bill Perry's show. He'll be on there, and it will seem to know what people are talking about in the chat room. I swear. And then Rob, you're doing your Weird Wednesdays live now, and starting to do some live ITC. I've seen evidence of that on yours already.
You had a really good session last night. There was some really weird stuff.
I was in and out of it. I was watching some of it, and I had to go take care of Liam. Then I had to take care of Dean, so I'd come back, and I heard Bob come through again.
Yeah.
The backstory to that, if he comes through tonight, is the guy who built this house, Bob Bischoff. And I think I was spelling it wrong in chat. It's like Bischoff, not Bishop.
Oh, I thought it was Bishop.
Yeah, I think it's Bischoff, if I remember right. But I swear it sounded like Bishop or Bischoff. Robert Bischoff came through on that more than once last night on Pumpkinhead Paranormal. Oh, I hear it.
I kept hearing Bob and Robert, too.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Spiritus app, this is it.
Oh, awesome.
I wonder if we're going to get some of the same stuff as last night.
Any spirits here that would like to come through with the Spiritus this evening? Say anything to any of the panel or any of the guests in the chat room?
I said Rob.
That is my name. You guys ought to know me by now. What is your name?
Thomas?
Get the classic help there. Can you tell us who we might be speaking with this evening? Can you tell us your name?
People, I heard that.
People help. People help.
We'd love to be able to help you.
I heard Ashley.
That's kind of what it sounded like, yeah. Yeah, right now, Rhodey, I have the Spiritus is plugged into my portal, and I have a little bit of noise reduction on, and I have just some reverb through my portal, not through the app itself.
Yeah, the app's reverb. I mean, no knock on Keith. I don't care for the app's reverb. It's not that good. If you're on your own, it's not bad, but I like the portal reverb better.
Yeah. So did you say people help or people need help? Or you need help from people?
Do you need prayers to go to the light? Say Jason?
Did they say your name, Jason?
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought I said my name.
The girl did.
Said apps, I think.
Yeah.
Do you guys like this app? Is it easy to communicate through?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Help, Bill?
Said
Keep
build it.
saying Bill. Or
Yep.
I thought I said build it, like build it and they
build
will.
it.
Oh, there you go.
Billy.
You were using a radio last night, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were using radio mostly. Yep.
Yeah, when you're getting all the help.
Yeah.
It definitely said Billy.
Yeah.
That's a popular Steve Huff one.
Yep. Yeah, we were getting Billy and Eva last night. Quite a few.
I know, I heard that.
So,
Eve and Ava.
yeah.
Is Billy there? Is this Steve Huff's Billy?
Did you guys just
They say Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said Rob.
I'm here, I'm listening.
Talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any of you guys on the panel have any questions you want to ask?
You say Jamie? Jamie talk?
You guys know Jamie?
I swear it said hi,
guys.
Jamie.
It did, it
said
did.
invite.
Talk, Jamie.
I don't have to. I don't have to talk.
They want to talk to you.
Do you have something you want to talk about? I haven't been able to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you Tuesday, though.
And it's saying Bill more than once.
Yeah, it's saying Bill a lot.
Yes.
Come meet. And then
Ask him a
light.
question, Jamie.
Are you meeting each other at the light? Are you talking to each other or to me? Who's here tonight? Who needs help? Bill?
Bill,
Does
really
Bill need
clear.
help? What does Bill need help with? Help? How can we help? What can we do to help you? We want to, we don't know what to do. But if you tell us, do you see what you need? Are you trying to get to something? Is something preventing you from going where you need to go? You tell her.
Yeah, I heard that.
What do you want to tell? You can talk right now. You can say whatever you need to say. We're all listening. Said Billy talk.
Michael.
Can you guys let Billy talk to us?
Yeah. Do you want us to pray for you?
Would some prayers sent your way help you?
It's so hard when you're hearing somebody needs help and you just don't know
Yeah.
really what to say or do. You can tell them to go to what they want to go to sometimes, and I don't know if that's the right answer even.
Yeah.
I feel like not right sometimes telling somebody where to go if I don't know what they're doing.
Can you tell us how you need help? What you
Do
need?
you want us?
You're moving? Are you trying to move from somewhere, move from where you're at to somewhere else?
Do you feel that in your...
I really feel like something's trying to really come through for you to talk to Jamie. I really do.
Yeah.
I know, it's like hard to breathe right now.
Jamie, you communicate so regularly. You do this so often. It doesn't surprise me that this is happening. Said, yep. Do you think Jamie can help you?
Oh my God.
It said, I swear it said something
I
like
heard
help.
that, and she said, help me. How?
Can
Do
Jamie
you need
help
to
you
go
get to the light?
somewhere? If it feels right, go for it. If it feels right, just go. Are you waiting? Are you trying to all go together? Are you worried? Are you worried about getting split up? Can somebody not go, and that's why you guys are being held back? Well, are you stuck?
I heard it say moving earlier. And if you're trying to move from where you're at to someplace else, can you tell us yes or no? Yeah, was that yep? I would
Do
say
you need
whatever
something
God or
from me? Is there something I can give you?
Nope.
Help? I want to. You're sad, huh? Why are you sad? Are you cold? Do you feel that right here?
I would say if you have a God you believe in or a higher power, ask them for help. Ask them to guide you to the light.
Michael?
Red.
Did she say, Michael, you leave? It's like they're ushering each other out of a. It's like they're like who can leave, who can be saved, who can stay, who has to go. Like you go, no, you go. Is there somebody you have a message for that I can give a message to? Is there somebody that I talk to a lot that you have a message for, maybe?
Red.
Oh, Love Peace wants to know if we should pray, if you want us to pray for you. Does that help? Does that help when we pray? You do hear us pray at night for you? Are you with us when we do that?
Ooh, that was a weird one.
Somebody else want to try something?
Christy, you.
What?
Try to help.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it wants to talk to you,
Whoa.
Christy.
And did you hear the help right before, too?
Like a whispery help.
Yeah.
It sounded like a woman's voice, didn't it?
Kind of creepy. All right, spirits, we're going to let somebody else try and see if they can help you. So thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And thanks for talking to Jamie. And you know me, I'll be back.
All right, you want to give my end a shot, try?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, remember now that Skype line is down when I'm doing this, so my Skype line's not up. There's a possibility the other Skype line might work. You can find that at J Bland Paranormal Soup or just Jason Bland. You might be able to call on that and see if we can use that. I'm afraid to. I don't know how it works, but I would like to give it a shot, see if it works. I don't know if it'll screw things up or not, so we'll see. But this is why this is open lines. This is no guest, open show to test stuff out like this. So if you feel like you want to try to communicate with spirits, there's also the Hangouts. I'm posting it again. Have to have good internet connection, but you can join the Google Hangouts with us. Have good audio, headphones recommended, and you can try to join in and see the spirits want to talk to you. I just posted the link again to join the Hangouts. That's what that whole GoogleHangouts.com thing is that you see in the chat room. All right, let me see. I got to get everything set up here. One second.
Jamie, did you hear what they were saying to me? Because I missed it.
I'm going to have to listen back. I heard a lot, but right as we were passing it, they said, help. And then what did they say right after? You, or yeah?
Yeah, that last help was kind of like
Loud.
yeah, and it
and
sounded
weird.
different than every other voice I heard. It was more of
That
a,
one that sounded like that might have been an EVP over that.
yeah, kind of did.
Like it was forced through the microphone or something. It was like, where did that come from?
It
I've
wasn't.
got my
It
new-
wasn't.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think of the word. It wasn't the mechanical type noise. It was more like a voice.
Exactly.
That's why I was thinking it was an EVP over it.
I almost thought it was coming from, like, I almost thought it was something crossing with Rob for a second, because we were just, and then it was like, no, what was that?
Yeah, I mean, listening to that whole thing, that last help is the one thing that kind of gave me the chicken skin that I still have.
Wow.
Yeah, it was definitely different sounding.
Well, I just got like a new condenser mic, so maybe they were talking in this end.
Could be.
Could be.
It sounds good, Christy,
Yeah.
by the way.
Good.
Thank you.
I wish I was recording this. I'd like to be able to go back and listen to it.
Well, you can on
You
the playback when it's over
On
with.
YouTube.
I don't know if that'll be the same as actually putting it on a recorder and sticking it on Audacity, you know.
You can get just the audio file of this. There are websites that let you down just the audio of the YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yep. All right, let me see. Can you guys, let me make sure my volume.
Which app is that? Is that the same one?
This is SCD one. I'm not going to do the...
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, I see Lori in there. You there, Lori?
Hi. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Lori. You hear us?
Yes.
Oh,
Hi, Lori.
So happy to have you
Hi.
on.
Yeah, I feel compelled to talk right now because something's making me very emotional. I feel like I want to cry. So something's going on.
All right, well, let's see if the spirits want to talk to you, okay? You go ahead and talk.
Something feels like wants to talk to me.
Something want to talk to Lori.
I thought I heard it, yeah.
Hold on.
I don't hear anything.
No, underneath the white, just has him moving, I thought I heard, yeah.
There we go. My audio connection's loose. I have to tap it to make sure it's there. All right, you hear it now, Lori?
Yeah. Peace. Hi. Someone trying to talk to me? Peace.
Something want to talk to Lori.
Someone I know? Who's here? Because somebody is. Ugh. I'm afraid to say what name.
I thought I heard it a few seconds ago say, "It's me."
Hi. Is it Tom?
Yes, it's
Is it Tom? Tommy?
Do you know it, Tommy?
My cousin?
Hold on.
Is that your voice?
Did you say hold your hand?
Oh my god, my my hand? People, yeah. Impossible.
Or soup something.
Are you trying to talk to me on the show? Every time I'm emotional, the spirit box always tells me it's my cousin.
Now, has Tom passed?
Yes, he passed away April 13th of this year of a hit and run.
If this is Tom, can you say your last name? Bob, hold on. We want to talk to Tom.
They got too nervous and went. Did you leave? Too much of an audience.
It's all right. If Tom's there, let the spirits let him continue to talk to Lori.
Did you say miss me?
I thought I heard you.
Are you okay? Sorry, I haven't talked to you in a long time. A little bit. He's been coming through since he's passed away.
That's crazy that we got that show you got on.
Here. Who's here?
Hold on.
Does someone need help? It's Kathy? Kathy's one of my helpers. Kathy? Ann?
Yeah.
You went where?
Also heard his dad.
Went where? You went? Did you see your dad? Had to leave?
Hello?
If anything you can say that will help validate that you're Tom or Tommy to Lori.
What's my name? My real name. What do you call me?
Was it there?
Hard? You say hard?
Might have.
Sorry, I'm tapping.
When I heard the tapping, I heard, is the mic on? Did you hear that?
Unless it's tapping on somebody else's mic.
No, but then the radio said, is the mic on? Like as somebody was tapping.
It's not me. I had mine on mute.
You're alright. We heard you if you're tapping the mic. Check the mic. You're there. They just say check back.
I think so.
Who's here? You know? Anyone still need help?
Said Kathy again. And they said Kathy earlier, and somebody said they have a Tommy. What did it say? Where was it? Keith said, my Uncle Tommy passed last month. His wife has it. Do we have two different Tommies there?
Yeah, there's two.
Kathy's a helper of mine. Been around with me for a while.
Really?
Someone told me she's an angel. I'm not sure.
Her name's Kathy?
Yeah.
Is Kathy?
I get her a lot.
Is Kathy Lori's helper? Or is this related to somebody else?
Say for Tom. You said Rachel?
I said free of charge.
Free of charge. We know that one, huh, Jason?
Do you guys have a message for Keith?
We aren't. Right? Get it?
We aren't.
We are.
I got this crazy bug crawling on my computer right now, too. Yeah, crazy looking.
Here's a silly question for
It
validation.
fell.
Can you tell us what state Keith is in, if you're talking to him?
Hold on. Tablet shut off.
That's a good question.
Where am I from? Hearing. Did he leave?
Is Tom still there? Or Kathy?
You got it.
Where's Tom, or we're talking?
Yes.
Okay, Tommy. What state did you live in before you passed?
Tom, what neighborhood we live in? What? Albany? Albany?
Yeah, it could have been Albany.
I thought he said we're balding.
I heard call me.
Oh, he was balding us a little bit, I think. Say Matt. Paper. We're too boring or what? It like seemed like they're leaving it, like whatever.
Maybe they went where they were supposed to go.
Maybe.
Maybe some of them behind me.
How many?
How many? He said how many?
All the time. Well,
All the time.
near the top.
Near the what?
He said near Thomas, I swear.
I saw.
Are you talking to him?
I'm on.
I want you up. Truck.
Yeah.
Toronto. That's what I heard again.
Steve. Douglas.
He says,
Or what? They quack.
Bill?
I heard kills.
He was killed.
Who was killed?
Tommy. Hit and run.
Does Tom have a message for Lori?
Of fate?
Sounds like it said I'm safe at home.
Or I'm safe at home? Oh yeah, I did kind of hear home after that. Could have been I'm safe.
Yeah.
Which home? With your parents or? With your girlfriend?
Said something in the basement?
Go in the basement.
With God? Sound like with God.
Yeah, I heard
I've
that.
heard that before.
Safe at home with God.
Well, that's really good. I was trying to get him to go to the light, and I told him it was his.
Said Kathy again. With Kathy.
With Kathy. Kathy, they said it was Angel.
Is Kathy an angel?
He's what? He said he was nervous. I said tell him to go to the light. The light is his friend. And I believe I heard I'm nervous in a session. I told him in the end of June.
You say Perry?
Yeah, I thought I heard Terry.
Uh-oh. Perry.
It's either Terry or Perry.
Maybe it was Perry.
Well, they're wondering where you're at, Bill. Yep. I sent you not on the Hangouts, but on Facebook. It's in the group thing. It's also on here.
Tommy. Later.
With God sounds like a good place to be. Is that right, spirits?
Who's with God? Did he go? Did a bunch of people go?
I heard Tommy like in the background there too, right after you asked.
Here.
Has Lori helped you get to the light?
Did you go?
It cost. Is that like the river Styx? You gotta pay them.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because I'm always a broke fool. I'm gonna be screwed.
Yeah, me.
Hey Jason, I got a suggestion.
Yeah.
We got some pretty nasty storms getting pretty close. Why don't you try asking some questions?
Oh, you mean on my end?
Yeah, because of the storms that are almost here.
Oh, good idea.
Marco.
That's all you can think of?
Well, one of these days it's gonna do it.
Yep.
Ask about the planets too, Jason, about if there's anything significant about like all that planetary stuff going on with the moon and everything.
Oh, you mean, well, you know my whole do our souls go to the moon when they die question. I would love more responses on that. I've gotten some crazy stuff from that. Where do our souls go that die? Do they go to the moon?
He said the moon.
Yep, I heard it. Yeah.
He's just repeating.
Are there alien forces on the moon? People think I'm joking. I'm not.
I want to say yeah.
Did he say I think so? I'm not sure.
Is the moon like a matrix?
That it is? No.
The land.
Are aliens in control of our soul?
Let's start.
Don't start, he said.
I'm gonna go there.
Something about planets right there.
Big B. They're like going nuts.
I was going to say, ask if they're more talkative during a storm, but I think I got that an answer.
Is the storm helping you communicate?
Something like we're here.
Do you guys hear that like under voice too? That guy
Yeah.
down there that keeps like that's. I want to listen back to a lot of that.
The deeper voice.
Well, it's like a higher, like man's voice that's like echoing, like tailing off like this bottom volume underneath the other stuff.
Laura wants to know if last time we did a test, her husband's dad was for
They're in the light. Bobby. Bobby again.
Is this Bobby that built this house, or you know? I'm gonna bite.
Pressing? Forward.
Maybe that's the house stuff, Jason.
Could be.
And you're in the basement, right?
Yeah.
And he says something with the house in the basement.
So they're in there with you, Jason.
Yeah.
What did you have down in this basement? What was your hobby down in this basement?
Clean the pistol?
No.
Like it's
That's what it said us on it.
No.
Nothing.
You had a big something built down here.
Is it beer?
Right in the beer.
This is beer.
I thought I might have heard it when you thought it was Chris or something, but I thought I heard something else and I ran it right away. I thought I heard train set. Tractor set. No, it was a train set. But
Jason, I actually got that in my head, but I didn't hear it.
he had a huge train set down here. He was in the model trains.
See if they can make a train sound come out.
It did earlier. Remember that sound that came through was really
I heard
weird.
that too, and I wondered what that was. I thought it was like a horn,
that was you.
like a big rig, yeah, or like a chair dragging some Jamie.
What?
We got 15 minutes left. Christy?
Yeah.
Do you have the Geo box working?
I do.
Oh, right on.
You want to give it a shot?
Sure, give me a couple seconds. I'll set up while you're finishing up here.
Okay, just let me know when you're ready. I'll let this go while you're doing it.
Okay.
We're going to be leaving this setup here soon. We'll be going over to Christy. Do you have any final messages to come through on my end?
think he said no.
What? Peace and love?
It sounded like that.
Can you say our names, any of our names in the chat or in the panel?
What's my real name?
If there's any spirits that were on the last night talking to us, can you tell us the number that you kept saying?
I knew it.
Number did you keep saying?
Why? Why ask?
Validation. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Burn it? Who's here?
Awesome dude? Is it awesome dude? You're awesome dude?
Awesome dude's here.
Well, awesome dude, we're going to have to go over to Christie's because we're going to be going to Christie now.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, hold on a second. So you guys know I am turning the Skype line back on since we're going to be doing it on Christie's end. So if you want to try to call in on the Skype line, oojblandoo, you can try to call in and see if spirits on Christie's end will talk to you through the Geo Box. It's loud.
How was that?
Sounds good to me. How about you guys?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
There was a woman's voice just a minute ago, and I missed what she said.
Ask some questions. Sounds like a train in the background with her.
It does. Chugging along.
Does anybody call in with some questions?
Is there anyone here that would like to talk with someone in the chat room?
I'm here.
Yeah, I heard that.
Who's there?
What's your name?
Sarah? Say that?
Can you say your name again, please?
Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Sarah, who are you here to talk with?
Tommy? What's broken?
Is there anyone else here? Did you guys catch that?
No.
say love, peace?
Can you say love, peace? Do you have a message for someone in the chat? How many spirits are here?
I just keep hearing Sarah. Am I the only one?
Me too. I don't know if it's like starting to go through my head because of the sound of the.
Right.
The train sound?
Because I'm also hearing like help us, but it's like stuck in my brain.
There's a really deep voice, and it's very hard to understand sometimes till you slow it down.
There's like a voice in the background.
Life, love, peace.
Sounded like help. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid to turn it up too high because I don't want it to get too distorted.
Right.
A lot of times I'll hear turn it up coming through Geobox.
Yeah.
Spirits.
It just sounded like turn it up. I don't want to blow your ears out. So maybe if I change the position of the mic.
Can the spirits hear us?
Can the spirits hear us speaking?
Sorry. The chest is bothering me, I don't know why.
It's like a chant.
Yeah, that's what I'm tripping on. It's like, is this like, what is that?
There was something just said, but I've got the headphones on, so I missed it.
Are the spirits chanting to us?
Are the spirits chanting? What are you saying?
Ask where they're at. I wonder where they're at.
Where are the spirits located that are speaking to us now? Right now, it sounds like something that I've gotten before, and it's been don't talk to her, don't talk to her, when I've listened to it back.
Really?
Why won't you talk to her? Or help us?
And it's only one particular voice that does it.
Do you always get this chanting though? I mean, like this.
No, sometimes it's different things, but just now I heard the typical one that I've heard before.
Yeah, it's like a cult. So, Dave said in chat. It sounds like a cult out of Indiana Jones.
Exactly. I kept thinking maybe it was like
Well, I do have.
like a conference. But it sounds like you're listening to some ritual or some sort of.
I've actually gotten Emotep before, which is an Egyptian god, priestess. I've gotten Amun Ra before. And I have no idea why.
Talk more into the mic when you talk, Christy.
Sorry. I said I've gotten Amun Ra before and Emotep.
See? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like something out of Temple of the Doom or Indiana Jones.
Is Emotep here?
Say love.
And you felt like a pressure in your chest, like they're trying to take your heart out, like in Only Shiva and Indiana Jones, the Temple of the Doom, like.
That's not
I know. You have betrayed Shiva.
I thought I just heard your name under that.
What name did you hear, Jamie?
I heard something that sounded like blah blah blah, Jason.
Am I?
Who's the host of Paranormal Soup?
They're like, and who? What's that?
I know.
And your point.
Do this experiment. Ask if Billy or Eva can come through. See if they can come through on there. We've been doing that experiment.
Well, we need to be specific on the Billy because when I went to Salem, there was a man named Billy that kind of was my guide, so I have to be careful.
Okay.
Do we know what Billy's last name is?
No.
Let's just see what happens.
Huff's friend or something.
Yeah, just ask
Or the Billy that is supposed to be a boy, a little boy.
It is Billy who speaks with Steve Huff. Can he come through?
It's like they're still getting ready for something to start.
And sometimes I will leave this on for a long period of time, and it'll start to ramp up after about 10 minutes.
Like they're congregating.
Well, sadly, we only got a couple minutes left.
They're talking now. I know how to make them talk. Okay, I'm turning everything off.
That happens to me all the time.
Yep. Can they say goodbye?
Okay, can you say goodbye? Please say goodbye.
Say bye-bye.
I've heard bye bye love before. Bye bye love.
I heard it say bye paranormal. Yeah.
All right, say goodbye, Christy.
Bye. So, did anybody else hear David?
I didn't.
I had trouble hearing it.
Okay.
Like at first it sounded like Sarah, but then it was like this Indiana Jones Temple of the Doom like chanting going on. It's really weird.
I hear David a lot since I've started investigating.
You know, some people get regular spirits that come through. You know, like
Yes, I do.
Billy and Eva. What's weird is when you start getting those spirits going over to other people's sessions when we're doing these live shows.
I know.
Like period.
Philip, Robert, yeah, Rob got Philip.
and the Bob or Bobby or what Bob coming through a lot on Pumpkinhead Paranormal and on Rob's too, you know.
And then here.
Hopefully we can listen back and hear some of this because it's so hard to hear it in the present.
Yeah. Yeah, the one time when Steve had his Geo box, the stuff, I didn't hear anything that night he was on, but the stuff I got, I heard on playback on his Geo box for sure.
And it's really crazy because it's so clear when you play it back, and it seems to be kind of long sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, I got a call. It's midnight. I always promise my wife I'll end by midnight. The times when I don't, I get in big trouble when I go back upstairs, and I already can hear her madness going on up there.
We want to keep her happy.
Yeah. But thank you guys for the open lines night. Thank you for Laura Lee and Rhodey for calling into the show. When I have open lines, so this was open lines in ITC, so it wasn't total open lines. I couldn't keep it, but next time we do it, maybe we'll just do straight open lines. I want to get more people calling in with their paranormal experiences. Like I want the ghost stories, like what Laura Lee called in and told us about and her situation. I love hearing that stuff.
That was a great call.
Yeah, that's. I mean, everybody knows I'm an Art Bell fan. That's always what he had this huge audience. He could just open up 6, 7 lines. They'd all be filled with people calling in with their ghost stories on his ghost to ghost shows. Those are my favorites. So that's what I want. That's what I'm trying to build the show towards. I can get you guys to interact, join in, and call. I really, that's what I'm shooting for. I mean, I love having my guests, and I'm still going to do that. But I want to do more of these open lines nights where I have you guys on. Next week might be a surprise. It's kind of up in the air. I'm working on a really big guest. We were going to have the ITC Collective. That's kind of why I did this tonight. It got canceled. Everybody knows MTP, Michael Todd Phillips, is taking a break from the paranormal. He's giving me his portal. Very sad. I'm glad to be getting a portal, but I'm heartbroken how I'm getting it. But the trip and everything kind of got canceled with the San Francisco trip that was going to be with Jamie and Jeff and Katrina and Steve and Keith and Carissa. And Keith and Carissa have hotel rooms for that, so they're going to be going with their family now. I don't blame them that day. So the next month we'll have an ITC Collective show. So this is why I kind of did the live ITC and open line, so we could get a little bit of that done this month, since there's not going to be an ITC Collective show this month. But I am working on a big guest. I'm really hoping she really wants to try. She's got to fit in her schedule. She's a very busy person. We're going to talk about her YouTube channel she's starting. That's a hint. So I'm really hoping to get her on the show and talk about some of her adventures into the paranormal and Sasquatching and stuff. That's another hint. All right. Let me get the exit music because I can hear my wife yelling at my son up there. So I got to go.
Bye-bye.
Next
Bye.
Sunday, 10 p.m. to midnight. Same bat channel, same bat place. I will see you guys there. We'll have the Skype call-in line again, maybe 2 Skype call-in lines. I might have something other big news coming up. I don't know. I'm working on something special with a certain friend of mine with a radio network. We'll see. Working on more beautiful things and big things to come for paranormal. So any day. Well, hopefully I'll have some news on this stuff. We got a lot of testing to do. Thanks again to Jeff. You're my tech guy. I love you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Couldn't have done this without you, man. You're freaking amazing. Jamie, thank you for all your testing with me. Rob, thank you for your testing with me to get this going. Judy, I love you to death. I wouldn't have this set up without you. You're freaking amazing. And Lori, love peace there. I love you. Thank you for coming on the show. Christy, thank you for coming on the show with your Geo box again. And thank you to everybody in the chat room. If I tried to name you all off, I would be way over my time on the show. But thank you, everybody in the chat room. I love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great week. Have a great week. See you next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Again, thanks to everybody who came out tonight to watch the show. There was a chance I was never going to be on YouTube live again there with the way my setup was going. Again, big thanks to Jeff there for doing all this hard work on this computer and helping me figure this out. And to all the other people that put in their tips on how to get this back on and working. Thank you all so much. I couldn't do the show without you guys. I do it because I love it, but I do it because you guys watch and like to watch. So thank you so much. You guys all mean a lot. Next Sunday, 10 p.m. to midnight. Surprise guest. I'm working on it. If not, it might be another open line show. I don't know. I'll see. I got other people I might be throwing on as guests. See you guys next Sunday, 10 p.m. to midnight. Same bad channel, same bad place, same bad time. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. See you next week.